Hello, and welcome to another edition of Morning Prayer 2021 Fifth Year Journey. I'm Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Goodine, pastor of Church on Wheels, spoken word out of Orange City, Florida. And I'm glad you can make it this morning. Today we're continuing our progress through the prayer of Jabez. And again, this is one of the prayers that in the Bible. It says that God answered his prayer. Hello, Linda. How you doing? Glad you can make it. That God answered his prayer. And this is one of the few prayers in the Bible where it says that God actually answered his prayer. So you could find the prayer of Jabez in 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 10. And I'm reading from the King James Version this morning. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, "Oh, that thou wouldest bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, and that thine hand might be with me, and that thou wouldest keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me." And God granted him that which he requested. Hello, Marcia. Glad you could make it. This is one of the few prayers in the Bible that said God answered a question. But let's talk this morning a little bit about why he asked God that thou wouldest keep me from evil. Now let's talk a little bit about evil. Now all of us has experienced some kind of evil. We probably even done some evil in our lifetime, but that's a prayer for another day. But think about evil. We try to outsmart evil. Every now and again, we might come out on the winning side against evil, but our thought process and our wisdom, periodically at best, that we can outdo evil. Because evil, and here's something about evil, the nature of evil is to deceive us with a little bit of the truth. Not all of it. Just enough to trick us. So evil comes in. See, if evil came out of left field, as we say, you wouldn't even listen to it. But the truth is very close to the truth. And so if I can get you listening very close to the truth, then I can deceive you. And that's what evil does. So, but what Jabez did was Jabez prayed that God would protect me from evil. He said, God, keep me from evil, that it won't grieve my heart, that I won't be deceived. So God granted his request. So how many of us have called on God to protect us from evil? Instead of praying and asking for physical stuff, ask God to protect you from evil. When have we done that? And I think that's what we need to do. We need to kind of change the way we, the way we approach this. We want to pray what Jabez prayed. And Jabez had a powerful prayer, a very simple prayer, but a powerful prayer. That God bless me. That God enlarge my territory, bring more people my way. And also, God, protect me from evil. Hello, Cecil. Glad you could make it this morning. That protect me from evil so they won't grieve my heart. And do you know what? The Bible said that God granted his prayer. God granted what he asked, what he requested. He requests something from God. But what is that we request from God? We request God, well, I want the house, the car, the money, the job, the clothes, whatever. But none of it. Hello, a brother asks you, how you doing? Glad you can make it. What are we asking for? Jabez asked for very simple things. He asked for spiritual things. He asked God to bless him. He asked God to enlarge his territory. He asked God to keep his hand on him. He asked God to protect him from evil, so evil wouldn't grieve his heart. And the Bible said God answered his prayer. So we've got to ask God this morning, if we ain't ever done it before, to protect us from evil. Before we start asking for any material stuff, protect us from evil. Because evil gonna come And evil going to come with a little bit of the truth, just enough to deceive us. And when we wake up and find out we have been deceived, then our heart is grieved.